Hey, Red fans, good to see you all back for our next run. Interesting topic this evening, right here on Red. So here is the other day I get up on my bed just chilling, going through my phone, and I came across a post from a friend of mine. Watch this, eh? If you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill, with your side hustle started, or with more knowledge, then you never lacked time. You lacked discipline. What possible excuse you have now? You're locked down home. I saw a video the other day and I had to borrow this piece. A lot of parents like to complain about the teachers not doing their work. That's why their children turning out the way they're turning out. Well, you are the teacher now, and we don't know how long you will continue to be the teacher. I mean, you've always been the teacher, just that some people haven't owned up to it. So they leave it up to the school to raise their child. But now everything is on you. So you are now the school teacher and the parent, as it's supposed to be. What is your excuse now? I can't hear you. Yeah, I thought so. Now that is one of our biggest problems, not only as Trinis, but as people in general. It's easy to point a finger and say, them. But when you have to face and bite the bullet for yourself and own up to where you're lapsing, that is a different story. People who know me know I am very quick to say sorry. I bounce you, you bounce me, doesn't matter, I still saying sorry. I take it in front before in front take it. Saying sorry for me is not a big issue. If I lapse, I lapse. I own up. Okay, no problem. Rather than try to defend and come up with all kind of excuse and analysis as to why and alright, okay, no problem. You say I lapse, you say I make a mistake, I do trippiness, no problem. Okay, sorry. Let's move on. But too much people don't like to own up to where they're falling short. Now I wanted to look at this thing again. If we come out of this quarantine, we lock up for how long now? Well, not lock up, but you know what I mean. We lock down. So we inside. Stay home thing. We inside for how long? The Prime Minister just extended for a little while again. We don't know what will happen at the end of that period. We hearing all kind of talk about might go for 6 months, all kind of talk. We don't know. Point is, you've been home for all this time. What are you doing with yourself? And then when this whole thing finish, you're going back out to your job and you just expect things to run like normal. Serious? You just expect everything just to fall back in place like normal, like how you left it before the lockdown. You serious? Fella, you serious? Nah, man. So you expect nothing to change? For real? You really think you would have just get up end of April, end of May, end of June, whenever this thing, and just walk in your job like normal and just start to work like normal? Nothing will change. You serious? Well, to start with, that is supposing you even have a job, because so many people lost their job, got laid off, got outright fired, got whatever word they want to use, retrench, whatever. They don't have no work. They have no job to go back to. Here is a little question I want to ask you. Who owes you a job? Let me listen with the next air, because I wasn't hearing nothing in this one just. So let me try this one. I'm not hearing you. Who owes you a job? Anybody? No, friend. Nobody owes you that. An employee gets employed because an employer who happens to own the business wants somebody to do their work for them. Bottom line. So they are paying you for your time, and in some cases for the skills that you bring to the table. But at the end of the day, what you bring is for their benefit, for their business, their bottom line. If at the end of the day, what they're paying you for what you are giving them doesn't measure up, you feel it's a difficult thing to let you go, friend? Now, I want you to understand what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. I am not in agreement to how some employers treat their employees. That's a whole next story by itself. What I want you to understand is that nobody owes you a job. Nobody owes you that. Not even the government. Nobody owes you employment. So right now we locked down, everybody inside, money not running as it should. Yeah, the government say they're giving grant, ting. How far you feel $1,500 will go? Seriously. Or $2,500? You feel every month you're going to get it? No. That finishing just now. So what happens after that? So lockdown continues. What going to happen after that? You're going to wait for next grant from the government? No, friend. No, friend. A new skill, a side hustle started, more knowledge. And of course, the more knowledge will lead into some kind of business venture, some kind of entrepreneurship. People, you gotta wake up. In case it hasn't registered as yet, things ain't going back to how it was. I wouldn't even use the word normal, because normal is something that keeps changing. What is normal today will not be normal tomorrow. Definitely will not be normal next year. So it's not a matter of going back to normal. You could talk about going back to how it was, no problem. But normal is how it is today. This is actually our new normal. What happens next month after that, then that is the normal then. Forget what happened before. That gone. That ain't coming back. Mark this post, Mark this post. Because I know we go come back to it. I guarantee we will come back to it. What was exactly that? Was. The way it used to be is exactly that. It used to be so. You all realize how much things changing with the banking industry, with the business sector, with a whole heap of things. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, red fans, all you think going back, family, all your friends, all you listen, it not going back. I know all you ain't like how that song is. All you find a song in negative and a song in, well, whatever word all you want to use. What you wouldn't say is that a song in truthful. I challenge anybody, show me how it could go back there. When they go to make all these different changes to adapt to a new form of life, a new way of doing things, what will be the logic for going back there? Answer me that one. What will be the logic for going back to how it was? No, people. No. You know, the hardest thing for us in life to accept is change. Change is inevitable. The only thing constant in life is change. Yet it is the most difficult thing for people to grasp, understand, and accept. Change. I just being real, you know. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. You could write me off as some whatever, cry wolf, negative, down-spirited. You could do call life all life you want, no problem. I could guarantee you that is not me. Because this show existing now. Because I decide I ain't gonna stay locked down here all this time. And I had to come out. Something had to happen. So boom, I launched Red. Something I wanted to do for years. And for whatever reason, I wasn't able to do it. Or I chose not to do it because I had enough excuse, work and whatever. But here now, and they're doing things. And this is just one. There are other things happening on this side. Side hustle. You understand what I'm talking about? But seriously, people, understand and appreciate. Well, appreciate might be a choice word, but understand this. Things are not going back to how it was. Last year or somewhere there, my bank sent a credit card for me. The new credit cards now, they call it a chip card. You don't even have to swipe it in no machine like the debit card. They just pass the card over and it reads a chip on the card and they do what they have to do. So I asked the lady, I know we have this new card coming up, but is it that I have to switch to this card, or do I have a choice that I could maintain the old card? Of course, the new card has new features, which I have to pay for. It don't come free. She said, I'm sorry, sir, but you could hold on to the old one for a while, but eventually you'll have to give it up because this is where we're going. I had no choice in the matter. I could argue, beat up, fuss how much I wanted. If I wanted to use the credit card, which I do because it's part of my business, I had no choice but to accept the new one. Because holding on to the old one was a waste of time. I would be left holding on to a card that I cannot use. No sense. I remember when I started to work as a SRP, we used to collect pay over the counter. Cash. Stand up there and a man checking dollars, fleshing it out. Hold that, you sign. Until one day we got a notice. From so and so date, all salaries must be deposited to a bank account. We had to fill out standing order and all that kind of drama and get this here, the other, order the bank, bring back paper here, blah, 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 blah. I could have fussed and beat up how much I want. I'd end up with no salary if I didn't organize my standing order. Why? Because that's the way things was going. Today's a norm. You hardly hear about people going and collect pay in cash. Man checking in the hand. It's a standard procedure now to have a bank account where they deposit your money into. I lie? No, I don't lie. I ain't lie. It's true. And I could talk about a whole heap of... Anybody saw the video recently with the self-parking car in Trinidad, down in Port of Spain, in Cocoy area? Anybody saw that video? I tried to figure out which I'm not hearing all the thing we used to watch on TV and say science fiction. It's in Trinidad now. Budweiser had a truck driving all over the US, driverless, going and do deliveries from state to state. Domino's Pizza have been doing that for a while, and a number of different countries. We feel because it ain't happened in Trinidad yet, it ain't gonna happen. Well, ain't all you have cell phone in all your hand? A few years ago, when we used to be lining up by the phone booth with a bag of quarters, you ever thought you would have a cell phone in your pocket? It's here now though. In fact, you're watching me on it now though, because we have internet too, and high speed too. You didn't think that was possible? We used to watch that on TV. Remember that? The old Batman, Dick Tracy, James Bond, 007, remember that? And that was science fiction. Well, it's not fiction again, people. Now they have reusable rockets. They launch the thing into space and the rocket's coming back to Earth and land. That's the thing we used to watch on TV. People, only wake up. I'm not saying these things to frighten, and I could go into all kinds of things. I'm not saying these things to frighten people, but I want you to understand that the world changing. And if you don't, well, let me don't say if you don't, you will change with it, either by choice or by force. The option is yours. But bet your bottom dollar, we're not going back to the way it was. The sooner we understand that, the sooner we start to progress and get things in our order. Making sense? I know I'm making sense. So let me give you this verse for the day. And this one comes from a colleague of mine, a good friend of mine, by the name of Mr. Ronnie Khan. And Ronnie Khan sent in this verse of the day. And it comes from Psalm 24 verse 1. The earth and everything on it, including its people, belong to the Lord. The world and its people belong to Him. Good one, Ronnie Khan. Thank you for that encouraging verse for the day. So here's the tip for the day, coming from Mr. Jason Burton. Now, he didn't send this one. I pulled it from his Twitter feed. I mean, I'm on a follow now because he has some nice stuff. And it says, don't allow anyone or anything to distract you from what you have been called to do. Get focused and stay focused. Stay in your lane and run your race. Let me emphasize a little bit. Stay in your lane and run your race. Don't run a next man race. Run your race. We could look at it two ways, eh? Run your race, so we could focus on the race part, or run your race. We could focus on you, making sure you do what you have to do. Now, every athlete have their own style. So when they tell about run your race, they mean running the best you could do it. Don't try to copy. Because you see an athlete maybe at the point of the meet, they seem to be performing well. And maybe they be probably even doing a little better than you. So you decide now you're going to change your style to now try to copy what they are doing and expecting to get good results. More often than not, it don't work so. Because to get where you are, you have to develop that skill, develop that technique. That's why it's called your race. So I now shift the focus a little bit. Get in your lane and run your race, not the next man race. Let me leave you with that one. So again, send in your tips. Jason Brereton, Gyro Productions. Thank you for that tip, bro. I know you didn't send it into red, but that's a good tip. I'll take that one off of your Twitter feed. So let me get the joke at it. And this one, again, I borrowed this one. Right? You didn't send this one, but I borrowed this one from an Instagram feed from another friend of mine, Mr. Rolf Doyle. Rolf, if you're watching, thanks for posting this. I borrowed from a joke for the day. The man on the news said, at the end of the day, what's going to keep you safe is common sense. Well, some of you all in trouble. Now you don't laugh, I like it. So ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Another episode of Red Down in the Bag. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, as the case may be. All our handles are there, Instagram, Twitter, everything, Facebook, the whole works. See you next time, folks. And remember, keep it red.